Good day, Miss and Mister. Today I'll be presenting to you about one of the entrepreneurs that I choose, which is Dwayne The Rock Johnson himself. So, before I get started, allow me to read one of his quotes. Success isn't always about greatness, it's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success, and greatness will come. So, without further ado, let's start the presentation. Okay, first of all, who is Dwayne The Rock Johnson? So he is an American actor, founder of numerous known brands, and a co-founder as well. And he is formerly a wrestler, and he was born in May 2nd, 1972 in America. So these are the brands, one of the five brands that Dwayne the Rock Johnson, found. So basically, we have Papatui, which is a men's body wash company. Then we have $7 Productions, which we will get into later. And then we have Zoa Energy Drinks. We also have Terramana Tequila. And finally, one of the most famous products of all, the most known products that Dwayne Johnson collabed with Under Armour, which is Project Rock. Next. So, what is his characteristics in entrepreneurship? So, first of all, he evolves relentlessly. So, basically, building from his wrestling legacy into his Hollywood legacy. So by building his wrestling fame, by building his fame from wrestling, so he got that experience from wrestling and getting used in the camera, getting used to all the crowd, and then he took his risk at Hollywood, which eventually turned him into a really good Hollywood superstar. And second of all, he developed a back against the wall mentality, which basically means that he channeled his struggles, everything that he has issues with, and making him the hardest worker in the room. So basically, that just made him one of the persons who were like, okay, I'm struggling with this. I really need to work hard, and that is basically the mentality that he has. And then, last but not least, turning setbacks into opportunities. So by turning setbacks into opportunities, basically is defined like a psychological phenomenon known as a growth mindset. So that's he wants to grow, not just wanting to stay. He sees his struggles, he sees his issues, he sees his disadvantages as something that he turns into an opportunity, which makes him realize, hey, how about we turn this into that? Turn the negative into the positive. Basically, that's what he does. Next up. So, overall, Dwayne Johnson is a strategical risk taker. Yes, he is not just a gambling. He's not just like a gambling risk taker. He's not just relying on luck, but he calculates everything, and he has mastered turning the tables around, and he mastered industry pivoting as well. So industry pivoting is from one industry, which is, let's say, the sports entertainment industry, into a movie industry, and then he also mastered scarcity driven motivation, which made him, the second point that I mentioned just now, made him the hardest working person in that room. Next up. So what are the challenges that he faced at that time? So the challenges that he faced are: first, financial collapse, extreme poverty at age 14, and he was cut from the CFL, which then he flew home to live with his parents' couch, with exactly $7 to his name. So if we go back a little bit, there you go. You can see $7 Productions. That name sounds familiar, isn't it? It's because it's in memorial of this struggle that he has. Yeah, he has struggled with exactly $7 to his name, and he's sleeping in his parents' couch in memorial of that. And then we also have high stake operational disasters. So the launch of Terramana Tequila in April 2020. So what happened in the launch of Terramana Tequila? So in April 2020, it is the start of COVID, where everything is starting to get locked down. Every country is starting to get locked down. Bars are closed, clubs are closed, sports clubs are closed. Many places are closed. People are basically confined to their own homes, which made the sales of Terramana Tequila went down drastically. So that's why you have to pivot into other industries, which is the movie industry and many more. Okay, next, the impact. So what impacts did he has on America and even the world? Branding. Successfully brand a lot of consumer goods such as Zoa Energy, Terramana Tequila, and many more that I mentioned, and supporting major sporting ventures. And then other than that, in entertainment industry, he also led a massive global franchises by combining intense physical presence with relatable and charismatic charm in his movies, and also a little bit of comedy in there. And last but not least, philanthropy. Dwayne actively supports foundations such as Make a Wish, which is a foundation where they help dying children, children with cancer, people with cancer, anyone, where they have a wish and it will be granted. Like anything, it will be granted. And his own non-profit aiming for terminally ill children. Yes. So this is a picture that shows Dwayne Johnson's net worth evolution. So from 2010, he's age 38 with $30 million in his net worth, and now at last year, 2025, age 53, and he's at $800 million net worth. So how does it work in the States exactly? So what are the considerations that he needs to take, that Dwayne needs to take in order to make things work in the US? So first of all, it's authenticity, especially that he works in New York itself, like the Big Apple. Authenticity is something that we really need because we have a lot of talents in the United States. Every person has their unique talents. There's a lot of brands, a lot of startups, and whatever things that we mentioned. So he needs to be authentic with whatever that he has, what identity he has. He needs to be authentic with it. And the product differentiation is also crucial because in New York there's a lot of target markets, not just only children, not just only adults, not just only male or female, but there's many more. That's why he needs to diversify his product. And then third of all, he needs to sharpen his risk management skill. And last but not least, he also needs strategic equity as well. So in conclusion, and his future potential, which are the possible outcomes for Dwayne if he keeps going on with this. So first of all, we have one positive, which is a global footprint, making his name more well known to ease the brand awareness of his products. So it basically made if he keeps this up, he'll make his products more easily well known because it's already obvious. Oh, it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's this guy who played in this movie and etc. And then if he keeps on doing this, he'll get billionaire status, which is positioned for massive payouts by maintaining at least 30% of equity stakes. And then last but not least, key man risk. This is something that is negative actually that I thought may or may not be a possible outcome for Dwayne later on. So reputation vulnerability, valuation trap, and many more can be a threat for his income further in the future because he is a celebrity, and people want to take down celebrities. Other celebrities want to take down other celebrities. So he's gonna have a lot of competition that really wants to take him down. That's why he really needs to build his mental up, and he needs to keep his reputation in a good way and try not to make any wrong decision because one wrong move will result in bad reputation, brand awareness becomes gone. People will just maybe boycott his company. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for listening or watching this video. I appreciate it so much. I'm sorry if there's something that's not clear, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.